Have you ever wondered if the very thing you're most proud of, your ambition, your discipline, your relentless drive, is quietly destroying you? You keep pushing, chasing, achieving, but when was the last time you felt joy that wasn't tied to productivity? What if the real burnout isn't when you're tired, but when you can't remember who you are without the work?
You used to love what you do. Now it just feels heavy. And you tell yourself, it's just a phase. But what if it's not a phase? What if you're slowly losing the you inside?
If you are facing these feelings and want to discover how to reclaim yourself and joy, don't forget to follow our Think and Rebound channel so you don't miss any stories that can help you revitalize your life. Today, we are going to talk about the phenomenon of burnout, which often affects those who are fully dedicated. We're going to share people's stories to understand and to empower all of you. First, please be aware that the stories we are about to tell are based on hypothetical individuals or fictional names to help you visualize more clearly. Let's start with the story of Alex.
Alex was incredibly energetic. From a young age, he had a very clear goal of wanting to create something big, wanting to be someone who changes the world for the better. He lived his life with full dedication, being the first one to arrive at work and the last one to leave. He believed that creating new things was his life, and that's what drove him all along.
Sounds great, doesn't it? Many of us have probably felt that kind of energy, that feeling of being completely immersed in what we are doing. But Alex's story started to change. As his responsibilities grew, he took on more and more work, saying yes to every opportunity, even when his plate was already full. He thought that if he stopped or even slowed down, it would be a sign of weakness. His life started to change. His sleep became irregular, he ate quick meals, and his once vibrant social life gradually withered away.
He started getting irritable more easily, speaking unkindly to colleagues, feeling constantly anxious as if there was a lump in his stomach. The good ideas that used to flow effortlessly began to dry up. He felt a deep sense of apathy towards the work he used to love so much. Have you ever felt this way? If we were in Alex's situation, would we have recognized these signs? Or would we push ourselves even harder, believing that more effort was the only solution?
One evening, after a grueling 18-hour workday, Alex found himself staring blankly at his computer screen. He realized he hadn't genuinely smiled in weeks. The joy, the passion, it was all gone, replaced by an overwhelming sense of dread. It was a truly terrifying realization, like a silent scream from his soul, telling him he really couldn't go on like this.
What Alex did next was crucial, and it's a lesson for all of us. He didn't immediately quit his job or make drastic changes. Instead, he started with a small yet meaningful thing: self-awareness. He began to journal, not about his work, but about his feelings, his energy levels, and his sleep patterns. He started paying attention to the moments when he felt truly alive versus the moments when he felt drained. This was his very important first step towards self-regulation.
Alex started to understand that his relentless pursuit of external success was costing him his internal well-being. He realized that his value wasn't tied to his output, but to his inherent worth as a person. This was a radical shift in his mindset. He started setting boundaries at work, politely declining extra projects, and even leaving the office at a reasonable hour, something he hadn't done in years.
He reconnected with old friends, started exercising again, and even took up painting, a hobby he had abandoned years ago. He sought guidance from a therapist, which helped him process the underlying anxieties that had driven his overworking. This wasn't a quick fix. It was a gradual process of relearning how to prioritize himself. He learned that no can be a powerful act of self-care.
Alex's story highlights the importance of intentional self-care and a powerful shift in perspective. But his path isn't the only one. Consider Sarah, a primary school teacher who absolutely adored her students. The administrative burden, the constant demands, and the emotional labor of her job started to wear her down. Her joy for teaching, her very purpose, was dimming.
Sarah chose a different approach. She realized she couldn't change the system overnight, but she could change her reaction to it. She actively sought out a support group for teachers where she could share her frustrations and find solidarity. She also started dedicating specific unplugged time each day. No emails, no lesson planning, just pure relaxation. This emphasis on community and disciplined rest helped her reignite her passion.
Then there's Mark, a freelance graphic designer who found himself constantly chasing deadlines and clients. He was afraid to turn down any work lest he miss out on good opportunities. He was always on, always networking, always pushing. His burnout manifested as a complete lack of creativity and a pervasive sense of dread when a new project came in. He felt trapped by his own success, you could say.
Mark's breakthrough came from redefining his own version of success. He started intentionally seeking out projects that truly excited him, even if they paid slightly less. He also set up a strict no work after 7 p.m. rule and stuck to it. He embraced the idea of quality over quantity in his work and in his life, and in doing so, rediscovered the joy in his craft.
So what can we take away from these stories? Alex, Sarah, and Mark all faced burnout, but their journeys to recovery, while unique, shared common threads. They all, in different ways, engaged in self-awareness, re-evaluated their mindsets, and implemented intentional strategies for self-care and growth.
It is about understanding that your drive, your ambition, can be an incredible asset, but unchecked, it can become a liability. It is about recognizing that success isn't just about what you achieve, but about how you feel while achieving it. It is about shifting from a mindset of relentless pushing to one of sustainable growth and well-being.
If any part of these stories resonated with you, if you feel that your drive might be stealing your joy, then it is time to act. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight.
Choose just one thing from what we have discussed today. Maybe it's setting a hard stop time for work. Maybe it is dedicating 15 minutes a day to a hobby you love. Perhaps it's reaching out to a friend or a professional to talk about how you're feeling. Take that one step. Your joy is worth fighting for.
Remember, you are not defined by your productivity. You are defined by your well-being, your happiness, and your ability to truly live. Until next time, take care of your joy.